I'm Terry Sacka, and this is Rigged Against You. I know it's been a little bit. It's Christmas time. It's the holiday season, and I just didn't really know how to go about this information. But I do realize now that it is the end of the year, and a lot of people are thinking through portfolios and trying to understand the next steps. I know we do have to get to January 20th, but if we do make it to that point, there are a lot of optimistic viewpoints of what's taking place. But you have to understand what is getting ready to go down and what is happening right now in the world that our media is not telling you. And so this is about a new world order on alert. And this is a really important podcast. The next one I do is going to give you all the data and information you'll need. But I think it's really important to lay this out. I didn't want to bring this kind of information around Christmas time. I know it's a time of joy and a time just to be thankful. I am thankful for the changes I believe we can make, but we need to be very clear what is in front of us and make proper steps accordingly, because it is that serious. And I'm just going to say, I will outline it, but it is not what you think it is. The truth is not what you think it is. So let me get right into this. This is about the world order. Conflicts between the East and the West are only going to grow given the existing conditions right now. And the calls for a dollar alternative are going to continue. There's not much Trump can really do about this. There are globalist institutions like the IMF and the BIS that are getting ready to really introduce a CBDC and cashless system that would limit the dollar's global influence by default. Now, I know there's a difference here. Let me just explain this quickly. CBDCs are central bank digital currencies. That's basically like a communist, where the government controls everything, where every transaction we do goes directly to the government and they tell us what we can and cannot do. Then there's something called stable coins. And this is where Trump and the crypto capital of the world are going to be absolutely huge. And that's something I'd like to do something on a program on when it comes to cryptos, because it is very, very important. But the governments that will use stable coins instead of CBDCs, a stable coin has to be backed up by an asset, some form of a commodity. A lot of times, well, I know for a fact, gold is going to be a big factor in it as they fractionalize gold onto these stable coins. But a stable coin is a government and corporate venture. So you're going to see cryptos like Ripple's XRP, XLM, FLR, HBAR. These are going to be cryptos that are called utilities. And you really need to try to understand this if you don't, because it's really like recreating or basically introducing the internet when the internet came out. We are going into a global digital financial system. I won't get too deep into it today, but where every asset gets tokenized, QSIP code, goes on a blockchain. It gets pretty deep, but it is very serious because these institutions like the IMF, the BIS, which is the Bank of International Settlements, and the Global Power Elite are introducing CBDCs. This is a big deal. And they are looking for areas and ways to ditch the dollar. There is tremendous de-dollarization happening. And I know Trump came out and tried to make comments about it, but he's going to find it a lot more difficult than he thinks. When the globalists talk about a great reset, now we've heard about the great reset often. A lot of us think this is over. I do believe they've been harmed drastically by Trump being elected. We still got to get him to January 20th. But when they talk about a great reset during the pandemic era, what they were talking about was primarily an economic reset and a currency reset. And I've showed this video often of Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum saying this was a time to change and reset the world. Now, he stated now is the time for a great reset of capitalism. And this event was supposed to evolve into a global shift to a cashless society. Now, that's what the plan was. Now it's kind of been put on the back burner because Trump has made it clear not only does he want to make us a crypto capital of the world, he wants to give the United States citizens the ability to choose what currency they use. So if they want to use currencies like this, do they want to use stable coins or the digital ones like will come out, probably RLUSD? He wants to give us a choice. He does not want it to be controlled by the government, which is, thank God, a blessing. But the world has a different thing to say about it. There cannot be global currency reset without the dollar being marginalized. There can't be a reset without the reversal of the old Bretton Woods system. We are now moving into a Bretton Woods 3, which is ISO 222, 2022. I might be wrong on that one. But it's a new digital platform acceptance. That's where these cryptos like XRP, XLM, HBAR are approved for this platform. It will digitize all of the money and the financial transactions, stocks and bond transactions in the world. They know this, and they are not going to warn the rest of the public about the consequences. You are not being told that this is happening right now. We are going through literally a global transformation unlike anything you've ever seen in money. Stocks, bonds, the way we buy and sell real estate, financial contracts, everything is moving towards tokenization and blockchain. And it's going to be a doozy of an opportunity, but why commodities are going to be so important to what's happening here. Instead of trying to threaten BRICS like Trump is from ditching the dollar, he came out and said he'll put 100% tariffs on. Trump should really backstop our currency system with hard commodities. Crypto capital empire, he likes to call. Crypto capital of the world, he wants to make us. There is gold in this equation. Gold will no longer be a liability to the banking system, showing you that the banks and the dollar is bad. High gold prices are actually going to benefit the new digital system. Wait until you see gold as it marches towards $10,000 an ounce and silver a couple $100 an ounce. But more importantly, it is the asset outside of the digital world that you're going to want to hold, because at the end of the day, although crypto are great, I don't want to be all in digital world, because if the system goes down, everything you have goes down. It's best to have assets outside the system. Now, by doing this, we will prevent hyperinflation. We are in not just inflation, but almost a hyperinflationary period, and ensuring that the U.S. has the capacity to manufacture all needs domestically. Bringing back manufacturing to the United States is paramount here. We have lost the global dominance and global control. That's why you're seeing the wars and the pushing of Russia. And I'm telling you, this is very serious. But if we do the right things, we can be protected and preserved during this transition. It's impossible to keep the dollar in a position of global dominance when global elites are working against it, and the very globalist organizations like the BIS and all of those that helped create the Bretton Woods system in the first place are now trying to dismantle it. It's time to localize, build communities, and internally get ready for the greater crisis. We bring manufacturing back, make American people go to work. That's where tariffs come in to force them to put factories here. We have to do this because one way or another, difficult changes are coming, and we need to lead it and not allow them to take away our life without consent. And the globalists are working very hard at making that happen. Now, this is coming down on the heels of U.S. Treasuries. We issue bonds and debt, but it's not as simple as that. A Treasury T-bill is a short-term U.S. government debt obligation. It's backed by the Treasury Department with a maturity of a year or less. 100% tariffs will not work. Treasuries are not wanted. The U.S. Treasuries are being rejected as payment for finished goods at the ports right now, and you're not being told. Even though they say they're AAA ratings or not, the world knows that our debt is worthless. There are rumors that oil supertankers want hard asset credits. No more treasuries, no more T-bills to be accepted. Now, this is a big deal because we have to issue literally trillions in treasuries. Who's going to buy them? It's not happening. Our own allies are dumping our treasuries and buying gold. Japan has dumped hundreds of billions in treasuries and are now buying gold, and they know they have to survive. Russia, huge step towards de-dollarization. The dollar is not going to be traded, and China has sold off almost 68% of their treasuries. This is just the beginning. And what I'm trying to say is the world is de-dollarizing. Trump is walking into a very, very big problem. If there's anyone who can handle it, it would be him. But this isn't going to be easy because right now our U.S. debt is on the verge of collapse. I know many people in mainstream, you would never see this coming. But in 2024 alone, the fiscal year, there was over $2 trillion in treasuries forced to take a haircut, meaning we'll give you a lot less back for your treasury. Right now, European banks are no longer able to bring treasuries they hold in their banks to the U.S. banks. Interesting, isn't it? I truly believe forced haircuts are coming, and this is very, very serious, and you're not being told any of this is happening. Now, I don't believe they really can because it would cause panic, but I'm telling you, folks, something really big is coming. It's not right when you study the global aspect of things. Why I'd be calling Cornerstone Asset Metals taking serious, owning gold and silver. You're not going to regret it, as silver outperforms probably the S&P over the next 12 to 18 months by 90%. Why would you be in stocks? Nations are dumping our treasuries and buying gold. Russia and China are buying silver and gold. Why? Russia's even setting up its own silver exchange, which is probably going to force the American silver exchange to go out. And that could be a force majeure why owning physical, tangible assets is vital. Trump is walking into literally a hornet's nest on fire. And I can't really say it any more than that. I know it's Christmas time, but this is all happening behind the scenes and stuff you need to know to prepare. Now, I have hope that if we can really get in and cut the government down, which is going to be very, very difficult, make this country energy independent, we have a chance. But it's not going to be easy, and it's going to take a couple years to get this done. I know when Trump gets in, he's talking about doing taxes right away, a big tax bill, and dealing with the immigration, and talking about making us crypto capital by passing regulation, which is really huge. And that's a whole nother thing. I know many do not want to touch anything they can't put their hands on, but you're going to miss out on an opportunity of a lifetime if you do not understand the crypto world and what is getting ready to happen. But something big is going on, and I didn't want to bring this now. I just didn't. But it is so important to just tell the truth, because what you think is happening is not. And you think that market is okay. It's not. There's a reason Warren Buffett is sitting in hundreds and hundreds of $billions in cash, because he knows what's coming. So my next podcast, I'm going to really get in and show charts and details of exactly what's going on right now in the economy. And I think you're going to be very surprised. And if anything, enjoy the holidays. have merry, good food, and enjoy your friends. But take the information seriously, because what is coming is going to be very difficult to navigate, and we better be on the right side of the fence and get prepared. So until next time, God bless you.
With all of the recent changes in the political and financial markets, there has never been a better time than right now to invest in silver and gold. When governments simply print billions of dollars in paper money in hopes of solving financial shortfalls, you know that it is time to buy and hold assets of true and lasting value. Free information is available to you right now by calling 888-747-3309. Whether you are a new investor or you're interested in preserving the value of your retirement accounts, we make it easy for you to make smart decisions for your financial future. The specialists at Cornerstone are here to serve you, work to satisfy your retirement goals, and communicate with respect. Call us right now at 888-747-3309. That's 888-747-3309. Or visit us online at cornerstoneassetmetals.com. That's cornerstoneassetmetals.com.